and Owen Meany. I'm Joe Nivering. This evening, we will discuss a recap of Chapter 7, a significant character, and Ivering's use of diary entries to convey Owen's thoughts. Let's go to Rachel Recap to get us started. Now to Petunia personality. Thank you, Joe. It has been so long since I've seen you. Hello again. I'm excited to discuss with you Mr. White, the headmaster of Gravesend Academy during Owen's and Johnny's senior year. Mr. White has faced constant competition during his term as headmaster, but not from an authority or another faculty member, but from a student, Owen Meany. Owen has challenged him since he began at Gravesend Academy. Owen tested his limits as the voice during his senior year, and he pushes to the highest boundaries. Mr. White's reactions, however, insult himself more than anything Owen has done to him. Upon confronting Owen or seeing his actions, Mr. White reacts childishly and seeks revenge in any way possible. Mr. White has threatened Owen's expulsion several times, though the faculty disapproves this action in several instances. Dan describes Mr. White very clearly on page 406. He says, "You are the worst thing that has ever happened to this school. You've permitted yourself a fatal and childish indulgence. You've done something one of the boys might do. You've engaged in a kind of combat with a student. You've been competing with one of the kids. You're such a kid yourself. You let Owen Meany get to you. Because a kid took a dislike to you, you decided to pay him back. That's just the way a kid thinks. You're not grown up enough even to run a school." I couldn't put it better myself. Mr. White has caused many problems in Owen's life, but these resulted in more problems for himself. He is a crude man who has not matured enough to be responsible for the education and maturation of boys. That's all for now. Back to you, Joe. Thank you, Petunia. Good to see you again. Now to Rebecca Rhetoric. Thanks, Joe. In this chapter, 2 of Owen's diary entries are presented. They are very similar and both describe what knowledge Owen has about his future. First, on page 372, he writes, "I know 3 things. I know that my voice doesn't change, and I know when I'm going to die. I wish I knew why my voice never changes. I wish I knew how I was going to die. But God has allowed me to know more than most people know, so I am not complaining. The third thing I know is that I am God's instrument. I have faith that God will let me know what I'm supposed to do and when I'm supposed to do it." At the end of chapter, on page 422, he states, "Now I know 4 things. I know that my voice doesn't change, but I still don't know why. I know that I am God's instrument. I know when I'm going to die, and now a dream has shown me how I'm going to die. I'm going to be a hero. I trust that God will help me, because what I'm supposed to do looks very hard." Ivering uses these passages as a form of repetition that enables the reader to understand Owen's character. The similarity between these entries shows that Owen maintains his old thought. He stays consistent in the way he thinks. It shows that the things he knows about his future have a significant role in his mind. Therefore, many of his actions are done with the knowledge of this information. When he learns the 4th thing, that he will be a hero, we understand from his entry that he is nervous but ready to work with God to achieve his mission. Using these diary entries, Ivering has a way to give us insight into Owen's mind, insight that John did not know at the time. It provides us direct, unaltered statements of Owen's perspectives. Nice job, Ivering. Back to Joe. Thanks, Rebecca. That's all for this evening. Check back next week.